For decades, Spain was seen as the land of sunshine, good food, affordable living, and a relaxed lifestyle, drawing not only tourists but also immigrants and retirees who dreamed of building a life in the Iberian paradise. But today, that dream has collapsed for millions of Spaniards themselves. The 2000s have brought a storm of challenges: skyrocketing housing costs, low wages, rising unemployment, inflation, and a tourism-driven economy that prioritizes profit over people. The very qualities that made Spain appealing have now turned into burdens for its citizens. Life in Spain is no longer about enjoying community plazas, siestas, and affordable meals. Instead, it has become a daily battle for survival. The housing crisis, a country without homes. Housing is at the center of Spain's impossible reality. In cities like Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia, and Malaga, rents have soared to record highs. Apartments once affordable to working families are now controlled by real estate giants, foreign investors, and Airbnb-style rentals aimed at tourists. A two-bedroom flat in central Madrid can cost more than what most workers earn in a month. Locals are being pushed out of their own neighborhoods, replaced by short-term visitors. Young Spaniards, even with stable jobs, cannot afford to move out of their parents' homes until their late 20s or early 30s. Buying property is an unreachable dream, with mortgages tied to unstable incomes and inflation. For many, Spain is no longer a place where you live. It's a place you rent temporarily, always at the mercy of landlords and global investors. The broken job market. Spain is home to one of the highest youth unemployment rates in Europe, a trend that has persisted for decades. Even those who find work often land in precarious contracts, temporary, part-time, or underpaid positions that provide little security and no path to long-term stability. University graduates drive taxis, serve in restaurants, or move abroad to find decent pay. The rise of the milerista, a young professional earning barely 1,000 euros a month, has become symbolic of Spain's broken job market. In rural areas, jobs are even scarcer, pushing more people to the already overpopulated cities. For the average worker, Spain has become a country where you can work full-time and still fail to afford a dignified life. Inflation and the cost of living. Spain was once celebrated for its affordable lifestyle compared to Northern Europe. But that reality has evaporated. Inflation has hit groceries, fuel, electricity, and public transport, leaving families with less money each month. The energy crisis of the 2020s pushed electricity prices to some of the highest in Europe, forcing people to choose between heating their homes or paying rent. Groceries that once cost 20 euros now cost 35 euros or 40 euros, straining already fragile household budgets. Restaurants and cafes, once symbols of Spain's vibrant social life, have also become unaffordable for many, eroding one of the core joys of Spanish culture: sharing food and laughter outside the home. The tourism trap. Tourism is both Spain's greatest strength and its deepest curse. Over 80 million tourists visit annually, making it one of the most visited countries in the world. But while this brings billions in revenue, it also fuels inequality. Locals find themselves priced out of their own cities as landlords convert apartments into short-term rentals and restaurants raise prices to cater to foreigners. In Barcelona, residents stage protests against over-tourism, demanding their neighborhoods back. Jobs in tourism are seasonal, unstable, and low-paying, leaving workers exhausted and underpaid. The economy's dependence on visitors has turned Spain into a playground for outsiders, while its citizens struggle in the shadows. The vanishing middle class. Spain once had a thriving middle class, born from economic growth after joining the EU. Today, that middle class is shrinking rapidly. Rising costs and stagnant wages are pushing families into poverty, while wealth is concentrated in the hands of investors, corporations, and elites. The promise of social mobility, working hard, buying a home, building a future, has crumbled. Parents who once dreamed of giving their children better lives now see them trapped in worse conditions. The erosion of the middle class has left Spain polarized, a small wealthy elite and a large struggling majority, with fewer and fewer in between. Cracks in the welfare state. For decades, Spain's healthcare and education systems were among the strongest in Europe, but today they are under immense strain. Hospitals face staff shortages, long waiting times, and reduced budgets. Teachers are overworked, schools overcrowded, and resources stretched thin. While still better than many countries, the cracks are widening, leaving citizens worried about the future of these essential services. As more people struggle financially, reliance on public support grows, but the state itself struggles to meet the demand, deepening the sense of insecurity among ordinary families. The youth exodus. Spain's youth, highly educated and ambitious, are leaving the country in search of opportunity. London, Berlin, Paris, and even Latin America have become destinations for young Spaniards who feel abandoned by their own nation. This brain drain leaves behind a country aging rapidly, with fewer young workers to support pensions and an older population that depends on state care. Families are torn apart as children move abroad not for adventure, but for survival. The Spanish dream, once rooted in family closeness and community, is dissolving as generations scatter across borders. The daily struggle of survival. For the ordinary Spaniard, life in the 2020s has become a relentless calculation of survival. Which bills can be paid this month? How long can groceries last? Can leisure activities still fit into the budget? Or must every euro be saved for necessities? People delay having children, marriages are postponed, and dreams of owning homes are shelved indefinitely. Even simple joys, coffee with friends, beach weekends, or football tickets, become luxuries. Spain is no longer about living. It's about surviving from paycheck to paycheck in a cycle that drains both body and soul. Spain at a crossroads. Spain now stands at a crossroads. Will it remain a country where only the wealthy and tourists thrive, while its citizens are pushed into survival mode? Or will reforms emerge to rebalance the system, protect locals, and restore dignity to daily life? The future is uncertain, but the present reality is clear. Living in Spain has become impossible for millions. The once idyllic Mediterranean dream has turned into a nightmare of financial stress, inequality, and lost opportunity. Spain is still beautiful, still rich in culture and history, but for its people, it has become one of the hardest places to live in modern Europe. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our deep dive documentaries into global issues. And let us know in the comments, do you think Spain can recover its lost dream, or has the future already been written?